everyone, I'm Gwyneth. Welcome back to my channel. Today is an exciting day because it's the first time I'm actually transforming myself into a specific person versus just, a generic zombie or old person or whatever. So I am turning myself into Joe Exotic. I have a feeling he's going to be a big Halloween costume this year. I'm going to start off by quickly explaining some tips and tricks on how to do this look on yourself if that's something you're interested in doing. If you don't care about that and you just want to watch the transformation, I'm going to put the time code right here so you can jump ahead. So something to consider when you're trying to transform yourself into a specific person, if you have a reference photo of them and you copy it, you're going to have the mirror image. So let's say it's somebody with a mole and you see it, on one side of their face, and you're going to put it on this side and it's going to be backwards in the photo. So you can take the image into Photoshop or another app and flip it and use that as a reference. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a picture of him right here, but I'm actually going to look at myself next to him so I can see what facial features we have in common and which ones we don't, and that will help me figure out the best way to go about doing this. So, for example, I can look at this and say, oh, obviously I don't have facial hair and he does. That's obvious. But there might be something more subtle. I'm looking at this picture in my big mirror back here, and I see that my chin is significantly longer, like the space between my lip and the bottom of my chin is longer than his. Also, my eyebrows come out further. His are they end right where the eyeball is. Another thing is the nasolabial folds. His are really deep, and when I have done old age makeup in the past, mine kind of come out, where his are really up and down. So it's something to really consider, and I can just stare at the mirror and I can zoom in more, if that's more helpful, to get details. As my look progresses, I'm going to keep referencing to the wider mirror. I have a small mirror up close where I'm going to do most of my work, but I'm going to step back occasionally and reference this big mirror in my bathroom so I can see how close I am. So that's a technique that I think will be really helpful. Another thing is you can have a photo of yourself in your camera roll on your phone and just kind of scroll between the two, and you can start identifying, oh, this is me, this is this person, what do we have in common, what don't we? For example, your face could be longer and that person's face might be a little rounder or shorter, so you'll need more shadows here and here, stuff like that. I would love to use actual facial hair and glue it down. However, we're in quarantine, and so I'm going to be using what I already have in my house today, and I do not have one of those awesome handlebar well, it's not a handlebar. What is it, a biker mustache? I don't have one of these mustaches in my stash of facial hair, so I'm going to be using paint and powder for that. But if I was doing this look for Halloween, I would definitely go out and purchase some facial hair that I could glue on. I'm going to be using a lot of basic old age makeup techniques. I have 2 videos about that currently. They're really good videos, really great resources that will help you out a lot. I will link them down below in the description. I also have a female to male transformation that's just like a generic how to make yourself look more masculine, if that's what you want to do, and I'll put that down below as well. Let's see how this goes. Keep watching. While I was looking at myself in the mirror while simultaneously holding the picture of Joe next to me, I could really see how my nose goes crooked to the right while his goes to the left, or vice versa if you're looking at me in the computer monitor. And it was really, really helpful to have both of our faces side by side like that so I could really see where I needed to apply the shadow to get my nose to look like it was going in the opposite direction. But also my nose is more bulbous on the tip than his is, and his is wider at the top. So I had to add a lot of highlight where I have a natural indent at the top of my nose by my eyes, and I had to add a lot of shadow to the tip of my nose to bring the front in and the top out. I hope that explanation makes sense, but I think it's fascinating. And now that I've moved on to the nasolabial folds, if you want to learn how I do that and the techniques behind it, check out my old age makeup tutorials. The links are down below. When drawing on facial hair, it's important that you use short little strokes that look like hairs. Don't do long, thick stripes. Short little strokes, and don't make them all perfectly parallel to one another. Alternate so that they're going straight up and down, and then some are slightly at a diagonal, and also change length so that some are longer than others. Another thing you'll notice as I'm continuing the facial hair is I also alternate color. You don't want all the hairs to be the exact same color. I go from a taupe to a black to a brown. So here I use the highlight cream right along the bottom of my lash line and in my lashes because Joa Exotic's eyes are a little droopy in the outer corners. And so then I'm going to add brown eyeliner below my natural lash line and then connect it up to my lash line to give my outer corners a droopier effect. So now we're ready for the wig. This is the best platinum blonde wig I have for what we want to do, and it's lace front, and so it's a little more expensive, so I'm not really wanting to put anything in it to change the color or to cut the lace back because I want to be able to use it in another production at some point. So what I'm going to do for today is I'm going to tuck the lace front under and allow my own hair and the roots I have here to be the sides of his mullet. But there's many ways I can customize a wig to be perfect for this costume. So let me know if you're at all interested in learning about customizing wigs some more. Write it in the comments, like the video, subscribe so you don't miss it, but I'll show you how I'm gonna do it for today. These are fake clip-on earrings made out of wire. All right, this is the completed look. What do you think? Huh? I think it turned out pretty cool. That wig worked out. This is Joe Exotic signing off. If you had fun watching this, if you learned something new, if you were so incredibly impressed right now, please like this video, comment, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends. It helps so much. Thank you for your love and support, and stay safe and wash your hands. Thanks everyone, bye.